Biggest week in Illuvium history is done and dusted. So I'm here to recap it for you. We have third-party articles just saying how well the land sale went. We have Louvitars on everyone's mind. We have blueprint leaks and how they're going to work, and we have capturing leaks. So stick around to get more info on that. Welcome back to Illuvinews. I'm your host, Oscar Matt, and as always, I've spent the time to go and find the most important news stories of the week to bring to you so you don't have to go looking. As everyone should know by now, land sale was last week, and if you didn't know that, you've probably been living under a rock. But anyway, the final results are in. You may have already seen this, but I'll do a quick recap anyway. As it says there was 31 plots left. Why were some left? Everyone thought they were sold out. They are the two tier 5 plots that weren't sold in the English auction just yet, and 29 plots were kept for giveaways and such like that by Illuvium. So essentially everything was sold out. It was just that they kept some back for themselves and for tier 5. The next major point of info over there is 72 million USD was sold. That is an unbelievable amount in the type of market we are in right now, and it just shows how much everyone is in love with the project and absolutely believes in this project to go forward. If you got any land, let me know down the bottom. It's always good to hear your story. As you may have seen in my previous videos, people have been telling me my stories, and some have been absolutely absurd, so we'll keep up with that. Next, we'll head over to a couple of things from Discord. Aaron was on there just talking about how IMX only has sell orders, obviously, where you can go buy from someone, but eventually they want to bring in buy orders. So say you want to build your mega city or you want to buy the plot next to you, you'll be actually able to go in there and send them an offer for you to buy that land off them. I can't wait till that happens. That's, as he said, that's where things are going to blast off. That's where you're going to have people finishing off mega cities. You're going to have people out trying to bid each other for pieces of land. That's where the little guy that's bought that tier 1 and sniped everyone, that's where they make their money back. Next is just talking about when the next land sale is going to be. He's confirming it should not be before they release the game. They need the game to be out, the fuel economy to be going, to really realise when it's ready to release more to be sold. They won't wait too long, as it says, because fuel prices will get too high because there's too many players wanting fuel. That's obviously good for landowners, but it's not good for the actual economy for fuel and stuff to be priced too high. So as soon as Overworld game comes out, then I'm sure they'd be just looking at numbers and waiting to see that fuel price start ticking to the higher barrier, then land sale will come out. I don't know how long that is after Overworld release, but hopefully it's not too far afterwards. As we go down, Aaron talks about how blueprints are going to be used and how you're going to make your gear. So you'll need a blueprint, which you'll get from in Illuvium 0. You'll need some alluvial material, so an alluvial, and then you'll make an item, so say your suit or armor that you have. So as an example, he's got his Doombringer suit. He gets the alluvial material, so say an atlas. Then he uses the blueprint called Doombringer Stage 3 Atlas. He combines them all to form the Atlas Doombringer suit. So as he's saying, you will be burning alluvials to make skins for your armors. At first, I think they did say they wanted to use 3. I thought that was a little bit too much. I think they've brought it back down to 1. I think as we go through, we will be talking about this a little bit more. And then last little one from Aaron. Someone asked if blueprints are categorized by tiers and all land tiers have the same chance of getting a blueprint. Aaron says not exactly. Higher tier alluvials are spotted more frequently on higher tier land. I don't know if that had been released yet at some point, but there's the advantage of having a higher tier, a tier 4 or tier 3 over a tier 1 for blueprints. Over in the links part in Discord, this little flow storyboard got released. It's just kind of show how the capturing process is going to happen within the Illuvium overworld. Obviously you'll go into an instance and start an auto battler. Normal battle phase happens. As you beat them, the defeated Illuvials, after you beat them all, defeated Illuvials and materials out on the board. They show the capture difficulty and available shards pop up at the bottom to try and catch them with. You pick which Illuvial that you want to capture. Out goes Mozart, vibrates, shakes, kind of like a Pokeball, tries to catch it. So if it fails, there's 3 different outcomes. It says there's everything collapses and everyone's thrown out. Storing fails, Illuvial comes back out but remains on the board, or the Illuvial comes back out and escapes. If the capture is a success, capture detail screen is brought forward. It's loaded. Then when you're done, there's a ready button that takes you back to the battle board. So essentially, if you're against 3 Illuvials, if you catch the first one, you have a go at the second one. If the second one fails, it may either stay there, it may either run away, or the whole board is gone and you don't get a chance at the next one. So this really makes you think, when you've got your 3 Illuvials there, which one do I catch first? Do I try and catch the really easy ones and leave the hard one for last in case the whole board leaves? Or do we just go for the hardest one in case you get that random chance that the whole board disappears? We'll find out more as the gameplay comes in and Overworld starts to become a thing, but this is great to have a little visual on how the capturing is going to go. Another thing that was leaked over in the Discord was this absolute beautiful masterpiece. There's been a few photos of it flying around. It looks like a spaceship. It's going to be on your Sanctum Mesa, I think it's pronounced. If you zoom in over on this little guy here, that there, it's probably the size of my mouse at the moment. That's a person. That just shows the sheer enormity of this ship, and it just shows how amazing everything they're building is. To build stuff this big and look this good is just phenomenal. So I'll head over to Twitter now. We'll go over to Kieran's first. I'll just pick out one of his for now. This was about halfway through the auction. 38 million US was sold so far. Only 200,000 spent on gas. That is absolutely absurd how small gas that we have spent halfway through. I think it ended up about 500k. I couldn't find that just now. But someone says down here it's like 0.06% or 0.6% of the sale price, which is hectic compared to what some of the other land sales have gotten up to. Like, they've done so well. Claps to them. They've killed it. Also, I'll just click on this from Zionic. This just shows how well the Dutch auction worked. It all started high, as we all expected. Just below, about 35% initial price and 25%. And it all started to come back down into the probably 20% of the starting price, which it flattened out. Everyone got their shot at when they wanted to buy, and it works perfectly. Just after the land sale finished, pretty much Twitter was quiet. I didn't see anything about the land sale and how well it done. It took a few days, and then articles just come flooding in from different places like Cointelegraph. I'll link all these below so you can have a quick read through. They're only like 4 minute long, so I'd have a quick read through just to see how well Illuvium has done and how much everyone loves it. The Defiant, another article, and is this one from Decrypt, another article. They were all raving how well Illuvium done and how well it looks for the future. So if you got some spare time, I'd just have a quick read of those. Head over to Infolouvel as always. So this is just continuing on from what Aaron said with the blueprints. I think I'm going to do a quick video on this a little bit later this week, so look out for that. So as we said before, you must sacrifice Illuvials to make a skin. The skin is then used as part of the recipe to make a skinned item along with other materials. Illuvials and other crafting materials get burned. The blueprints don't. So your Illuvial skin, your item that you're putting the skin on, burn and you don't get those back. Blueprint you can reuse again, but you'll need to get the Illuvial and the armor again to use. So this just adds to the deflationary system of what the Illuvials are. You're going to continually lose Illuvials because people are making skins of that Illuvial. So as we can see here, Grant is talking about Illuvium 0 and how at the moment it is pretty much just a base building functionality. As the ecosystem evolves and more games come on, those new projects are going to have something that links back to Illuvium 0. So maybe there's an MMO or an RPG or something where you need bullets. You might be able to build a bullet factory, or you need spaceships. So there's a ship factory on a mega city or something like this. So Illuvium 0 is only just going to get more and more complex, which is super exciting that they're building on that and making it harder. Also, Grant was talking about how they're building their Illuvials and building everything in game. They're building it all to be cinematic quality. This means when they make another game, they don't need to go back and rework the characters. That's why it's taking so long right now. They are putting everything into this original characters so that when they remake new games, they can just pick it out and boom. They don't need to do characters again. They only need to do overworlds and cars and whatever else they choose to do. So future games will be done quicker and quicker because the originals were done properly. If you are over on Twitter, there is a Illuvium community over there now. I might retweet this onto my Twitter after I finish this. So if you want to find that, just head over to my Twitter, which is linked below, and join that community. There's only 289 of us in there now, but it's going to get bigger and bigger. Get in there as soon as possible. We'll head over to one of the last things of today, and that's Louvitars. Obviously, land sale is done. Everyone's gotten over that super quick, and the Louvitars is the next thing on the menu. And by God, do they look good. Kieran has just released like a couple of photos of Illuvials. I'm pretty sure Roger got up him because these aren't ready, or he says they're not ready, but how good do they look? I can't wait for Louvitars. I know they're only like a little picture, but they're just so polished and amazing that how could you say no to this? They're so good. And then this little Axodon at the back here is just covered in all of his Louvitars. You got Tatapi, I think it is. I can't remember this one. They're showing all the ones that they've bought, showing them all off. So if you are interested in Louvitars, the best place to go to have a look at pretty much every one that has been leaked is to head over to Infolouvel. I will link the exact address down below straight to Louvitars to just check them out. Like, obviously this, it looks like a base one. Then he's got sunnies, he's got his monocle on, he's got a halo, he's got a bandana. Like, the amount of variables that you'll be able to put onto these, like your accessories, it looks like nearly infinite. Like black background, rainbow, fire, swirls, and they all look so good. I'm not sure which ones are in set 1. They haven't released what's in set 1 or the prices yet. There is an old IOP out, but that's not set in stone. That will change, so take what's on there as a grain of salt. But as you go down, there is so many. Supposedly set 3 is pretty much done, so I'd be looking out that only set 1, as Kieran has said before, set 1 may only last a week or 2. So once they're out, get in, get it, because well down the track, other people are going to want these and they're going to want to buy them off you. So, and then just to add to that, you get badges. Some of these will be for your arena, maybe for winning an event, maybe for getting to a certain level like 99 here. And he even hinted that guilds might be able to show off certain things if you're in a guild. The opportunities for these are endless, and Illuvium is going to be looking down all of those avenues continuously. So get in and grab some, because this is the place where you show off how you feel and how you want to portray yourself. So that's probably everything for the week. Look out for next week's Illuvinews. Hopefully you have a good weekend, and I'll see you in a video soon.